It's an I Quit match. Darby Allin, Jon Moxley. They didn't do any fire at Kansas City.
They will. Yeah, they will.
But I think they're going to do fire. Jon Moxley has quit before. We've seen that. I don't think we've ever seen Darby Allin quit. I don't know that we're going to see Darby Allin quit unless there's a major reason why he thinks this is bigger than him now.
So what was your thoughts? What were your thoughts, I should say, last night when we saw, again, Pac murders Darby in a cell that he shouldn't have gotten into, whatever.
Yep.
But then after Yuta is the worst person in the world and actually picks up the victory, Moxley gets in the ring. Darby is like still crawling because he's on 1% life, but he brings out the flag and he says, it's never too early to quit. And then Moxley's a bitch and then just fucking hits his finisher.
Yeah.
But what the fuck does that?
Yeah. What does that mean? And again, like, you're not in a power position. Like, Moxley's not hurt. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I thought that was weird too.
Well, I think it plays into something. I think the only thing that came to my mind in the moment when I saw it, and then I got to reflect on it getting ready for this, was that Moxley realizes he created a monster in the Death Riders he can't control anymore. He does need the help, right? Because but we haven't really told that story. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He goes on the side of AEW, but there has to be a bigger thing trying to take that out. You know what I mean? And it's not the Death Riders. So
Darby Allin mentioned, there wasn't a day goes by that I don't think about joining the Death Riders. Could we get that somehow?
Not
into this match, win or lose.
Yeah.
Somehow we get,
I think so. That comment was also interesting. I do think that there is a world sooner rather than later where Darby and Moxley might be a tag team champion, right?
Yeah,
like they may be tag team champion.
Yeah,
but just like the team you can't kill. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do to us? And they're like, and then they could make every match a hardcore match, and like, we're never losing this.
But it would be weird. It would be a weird moment here. It would be a stretch. They'd have to come with something.
Yeah, I also think Darby Allin wins because Jon Moxley's won everything.
All right, hear this. We get to the thing we floated before. This match has been going on. They can't get Darby Allin to quit for nothing, right? They have tried everything. Now we've got Sting strung up by his nutsack, right? Upside down or something, right? Like he's in peril.
Mm-hmm.
Darby Allin, still, sorry, bro. I'm not a quitter. Not a quitter. Won't do it. And they, right? Like, they do something to Sting so horrendous we think he's actually dead. And then, when he wins, gets Jon Moxley to quit, that's when they're like, you've made it. You've graduated, right? And now Darby Allin's like, fuck Sting, fuck everybody else. I fucking win.
Well, and they kind of done something similar, not to that like extreme, but if you recall, it was MJF who beat Chris Jericho to then join the Inner Circle.
Right.
Now then later MJF said, hey, I had my pinnacle, but I just think there's something.
Because what if you could get Moxley kicked out of the Death Riders that way? Now it's like kind of how we did with the old
that's what I'm
Edge
saying. And the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And that's where I was thinking is like he eventually goes good because the Death Riders.
No. I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, they're and terrible.
You could have Pac lead that or Claudio. Claudio then takes over. I'm the fucking man. Yep. Marina says I was only loyal to Moxley, so then she goes and runs off with Rod Strong, and then there you go. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I still want the porn star gimmick. Rod Strong.
He looked like it last night. Brother, he looked like he needed to stay 2 nights in Kansas City in the hotel and not get out. Like, he was rough.
Yeah, that's terrible prescription, Tom. Stay 2 nights in Kansas City in the hotel.
Well, just stay 2 nights in a hotel. I'm just saying because he's in Kansas City. But you trust me. Well, not worse than RFK Jr. But
he's not a doctor.
Yeah, but he thinks he is, and that's I'm not Dr. Oz. Yeah. Or Dr. Oz. Fuck that cocksucker.
Jesus
Or Dr. Phil. He's from Kansas City or the Kansas City Metro. Yeah. Yeah, his ex-wife was owned a bodega kind of spot next door to my friend's tattoo shop, and she'd come in and she'd just talk shit on him all the time. She'd just be like, "This motherfucker," and she'd be smoking heaters the entire time.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't think he came from the top of the 1%ers, and
no, I didn't think he came from the top 1%, but just knowing that he's from fucking Independence, Missouri. And shit. This ex-wife's chain smoking next to the tattoo parlor. It's that's perfect.
That's it right there. Yeah. Yeah, this match is the most interesting because there also could be no winner. They both catch on fire, not fire, but you know what I mean? They both and are dead.
That's it. So Darby never quits, even though he's on fire. The ref's like, look, this is over. It's done. No contest, whatever, right? Due to death.
Yeah.
Match called on account of death.
Yeah. And Moxley can't get up or anything, so he can't even fight back or anything. And it's we're just done.
It was an explosion. He attempted to set him on fire. An explosion happens. They're both dead. Maybe that's where the Death Rider leadership void gets filled. And to still kill the Death Riders, Darby, later, after Claudio or Pac leads it, right? They're doing their reign of terror. Darby comes back around because, he's finally healed up, but it's still fuck the Death Riders. And then when he needs help still, Jon Moxley resurfaces and he's like, yeah, fuck the Death Riders.
You know what match they should have done? You know what match they should do? They should not do it Saturday because the venue cannot hold it. But they need to go back to Daly's place and do the barbed wire exploding death match, or however the fuck it was phrased.
Fucking do it, St. Louis.
No, that place would catch on fire.
It'd be a fucking war zone outside anyway, probably. So.
Yeah, but that place is too small. You need some open air. That place would be smoky as fuck. We'd all be army crawling to get out. Yeah. But those two need to do it, right? That's the perfect part 2. Let's get some real explosions going. But who did you take? Did you take Darby?
I don't know. I don't know who to take on this, man, because I don't feel like Darby Allin quits, but I also feel like, I guess he wins this somehow, but it feels weird for the Death Riders, but maybe that's where we get there. They start not trusting. Yeah, I'm going to put Darby. Darby wins this. Because then that's maybe where we start getting some cracks in the armor of Jon Moxley's leadership with the Death Riders, and we carry that story on.
Yeah, because eventually, we may need to wrap that up, right? Moxley, even though some people are tired of the Death Riders, he doesn't do anything for too long. He's not a Jericho where it's bro, what the fuck, right? So I do think
this has been one of the longer things that we've done with Moxley.
So I do think that there needs to be another act, another chapter, however you want to say.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The only juice I would squeeze further is he's somehow now on the other side taking on the Death Riders that are out of control, like you said, right? Got to kill the monster he created.
Right.